Hi everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, 2025. 2026. Sorry. Still getting used to that. Oh. Looks like it's going to be a chilly one today. Yesterday it was actually kind of warm. A lot of the snow was melting. It was pretty nice out. In fact, I didn't need my winter coat. I was just wearing a sweater yesterday when I was outside. I did actually get to the gym yesterday, but was very disappointed because when I went to the gym, it was full of high schoolers and most of the equipment was being used. Some of those girls can lift quite impressively. But most of the space and the equipment was being used. So like the only thing I could get my hands on was the 20-pound dumbbells. So I did sort of a little bit of a workout, but I couldn't do anything with where I would have needed lighter weights. I didn't get this one tight enough. Because I was a guy using the 15-pound dumbbells to do flies for like the whole time I was there. And if that weren't difficult enough, these kids had this gigantic speaker in there and they were playing music, which would have been fine except for, I don't know if it got stuck or if it was just their taste in music, but for like 5 minutes it was just this one guitar note that was like a screechy sound, and they just kept playing it. And I was like, after 20 minutes I gave up. I was frustrated. It's such a tiny gym, and when it's crowded you can't do much of anything. And then working out at home, in the room in the garage that was supposed to be my home gym, I can't do it anymore because Rob has filled it up with his stuff. He's got his 3D printing stuff and his desk and all his office stuff and everything, and basically there's no space at all to work out. I think I'm gonna have to bring some of my dumbbells back inside so that I can work out inside if I need to work out at home. But what's really frustrating is I've got $1,000 piece of equipment out there that does like everything, and I can't use it at all because he keeps like putting stuff on top of it, and I'm like, I worked really hard to earn the money to buy that and I can't use it at all. It's huge. It doesn't really fit anywhere in my house. So like having that out there in the room that used to be, like that room was originally built for Tilk's hot tub from Make-A-Wish, but shortly after he died, the hot tub died too. And we decided to repurpose the room instead of trying to repair the hot tub. But I can't use my equipment. I have a treadmill and one of those all-in-one machines. I can't use it, like, at all. So it gets really frustrating. So that's why I started paying for the gym again. And my gym membership is almost $100. Like, I'm not even kidding. Because we live in a small community and there's only one gym, he can charge whatever he wants, and people just have to pay it because there's really no other option. And so I pay for me and Robbie and the lady that I take care of. I take her to the gym too. and hers is like only $10 extra, but still, it gets expensive. It you know, it adds up. And then if I don't even get to work out, I don't even get to use my gym membership that week or whatever, I feel kind of cheated. Or if I go to the gym and it's just so full of people, like, it's really frustrating. I try to time it to where I'm gonna be alone in the gym or mostly alone, but that means working out usually in the early afternoon is when there's nobody there. Because if I go too early, I end up dealing with there's this one guy that's a professional, and he like maxes out all the machines and like sets up the whole room for himself every time. So you can't do anything except for maybe cardio. Or if I go too late in the afternoon, there's a bunch of older people, but they're usually on the cardio machines, so that doesn't interfere with lifting. Or if I go in the evening, then there's high school kids. I don't know why the high school kids are at that gym, because of the fact that the high school has its own gym that's free for any high schoolers to use anytime. It's sort of open to the public, but only one day a week after 6 p.m. And you have to pay like $30 a month or something to join, and you can only either go at like 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. on specific days of the week. I think it's Wednesdays. So that doesn't work for me. But the high school kids, they can use it at any time, and there's better equipment at the high school gym. So I don't know why the high school kids are paying for this gym. But no, it's just, it is what it is. Hopefully I can get a better workout in today. I'm hoping. I've got a bit of a busy day ahead of me. My first job is like 3 hours, and then I come home for a little while, and then I'm cleaning for my neighbor, and then I've got my other job. I might have time in between coming home from my first job and cleaning for my neighbor, but that just depends, because I might actually be doing my other job during that time instead, and then the only time I would have is the evening again, and that's just difficult. So I don't know. I just really want to get a good workout. I suppose I could go back to try to fitting my workout in first thing in the morning, but then that means I'd have to get up at 5 again, which I kind of don't want to do. And that's when I was doing that, I was usually working out at home. And working out at home is fine for some things, but there's like certain things that I don't have the space or the equipment for. And then if I'm not able to use my big workout machine, that further limits what I can do at home. You know what's weird? Whenever I break out, I always seem to get like one pimple exactly on each side. It's so weird. Symmetrical, I guess. My face just wants to be super symmetrical. You know, I found out that the Dairy Queens, so there's no Dairy Queen in this town. There used to be. But they closed when I was pregnant with my oldest, and then that's where the pizza place opened up at. But the Dairy Queen, there's a Dairy Queen an hour north of here, and a Dairy Queen a half an hour west of here. Both of them are for sale, so they're closing, like, potentially permanently. I live in like a food desert. I really do. There's like no restaurants, except for we do have a little local pizza place. But the local pizza place is okay. It's expensive, and it only has one type of crust. It's like a pressed crust. It's okay. And then we do have a local cafe, but they close at 5 p.m. So like there's nothing available for dinner except the pizza place, which is only open from 4 till 8. So like you have to travel if you want to go out somewhere. Oh, and we also have a coffee shop. But again, the things that they offer are fairly limited. You can travel a little bit. There's another town over that has restaurants, but most of those restaurants close in the winter. They have another coffee shop that does like breakfast sandwiches and a couple of like sandwiches and stuff. And there was a really nice restaurant. It was like a bar / restaurant, but the people that bought it decided they bought it. It was a bar when they bought it, and then they decided they didn't like bars, so they closed it. Just like it's just gone now. And I think there's like 2 other restaurants, but they really cater more to tourists, and they're kind of expensive. So there's like nothing here. So you either know how to cook, or you just get stuck with kind of crappy stuff. Rob and I signed up for Cook Unity because we wanted to try something different, and it's okay. The problem is you have to sign up for a month, and it's expensive. So once our month is done, we're going to cancel it because the food isn't exciting enough to justify the price. It's just one of those things, I guess. Generally speaking, though, it's a fairly safe area. I definitely wouldn't want to be in a big city with everything that's been going on. I did live in a big city once. I lived in St. Paul when I was in college. And the city I grew up in is definitely bigger than here, but not like super big. Yeah, I always look towards the floor. Yeah, that just fell off. I always look towards the floor when I'm going to grab something. A lot of that is because I don't know. some of you might remember when I first started my channel, I was in my other bathroom and I had to keep my makeup all in like this big giant bin that I would get down every time I did my makeup. And I would put the bin on the floor, and so I was constantly like up and down, up and down. And then Rob redid this bathroom to give me some space and put this vanity in and the sink. But I definitely have more stuff than what fits on my counter. So I do have the tendency to put stuff on the floor, and that's why you'll see me like reaching for stuff on the floor. Especially if I'm like playing with my wigs or something. Like I'll bring my wig bags in and put them on the floor. And then I've got my face paints are on there too. Do I want to do face paint? I mean, like I kind of do, but I also kind of like it like this. Face paint. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just like black and purple. The only thing is, I wish these face paints came with, came in like these sorts of colors. They don't though. You know, when I first started doing makeup, I used to get so upset that my cat wings never turned out right. Until I realized that with my eye shape, I need to put them under my eyes. I got a couple of new subscribers. Somebody left in the comments that they really enjoy my calming voice, and so I love that. That's awesome. I'm so glad, because like sometimes I feel like maybe I'm boring. I like that I can bring some sort of calm and peace to people. That makes me happy. That did not turn out. I think I'm done with the black. I'm gonna go with purple. I got hiccups, which makes it difficult to do fine line work. Let's turn the pages far. And I'm going to go with another lighter purple. One thing that with doing my face paint, it's much harder to use like filters on my TikToks. Also, like the short videos I'm filming with this look will not post on my channel until 2028. You can see them on TikTok. No, I didn't like that last one. I'm going to do the really light purple. It's like almost a white. But it is purple. I got a little bit in my hair. And I'm not like trying to copy exactly from one side to the other either. I'm just kind of not bad. I wonder if I should do polka dots. It's funny, when I get compliments on my face paint, people always notice the polka dots, little tiny freckles. I think I want to do some dark purple polka dots too. Somebody said to me the other day that I always look like I'm going to a party. Just kind of, I mean, I guess I do kind of look like that, but I don't actually do parties a lot. Here we go. See you guys soon.